So if you remember my last session, right, in the last Sunday, so we are going to the Git actually, another version controlling system, which is a distributed version controlling system. And I given few differences between a client server based version control system and the distributed. What are the differences? What are the advantages of the Git? Okay, and how did you set up the Git? Okay, and how did you create a repository? And how did you use the different Git hosting servers? Okay, so I told you cloud and on-premises both type of hosting servers are there. We can use any one of it. Among them, we chosen the on-premises, which is a Git server. Okay, and I showed you how to set up the Git event. Okay, and you successfully set up the Git server, and you could able to access the Git with the help of the server IP address, and this was 8080 and Git. Let me try to log in the server even. Start. I think the server is not up yet. Okay, yeah, I didn't start the server. So wait for a couple of seconds, couple of minutes. So once the server is started, right, then we can see the hits. So always try to suspend the VMware instance. Don't shut down, because when you suspend it, right, restoring will be very quick. Okay. If you shut down and it is something like a boot up, it takes so much of time. Okay. Now it is started successfully within few seconds. Come back here and try to refresh one more time. And the state of the operating system on the day which you suspended. Okay. And right now it get back to the same state when you resumed it. That's the reason my server putty is also not working. Can you see inactive? Now let's try to restart right the same server. It should be able to throw you the login screen now. Yes, okay. So root that was my password. So I have successfully logged into the server. So if I able to connect to the server, then even my Git bits are also, yes, it is up. Okay. So this was a Git bit server which you hosted on the last week. Okay. Now let's try to log in. Who logged in right now here? Admin logged in, right? But if you remember the last session, I have created a normal account. This is admin account for as for an administrator. But these are all the things used by normal users, developers. Okay. So for them, you have to create the accounts and all. And to create the accounts, you went over here. Okay. And you are added one account called Harry actually. Okay. If you clearly remember, Harry is the user which you created, and we given the access to Harry on the repository which you created. Okay. So access permissions, here you mentioned repo. Okay. And we are given the read write access. Okay. If you look into the repositories, you see only one repository which was created last week. Okay. And once you create a repository, right, from the client side. Okay. So the workflow, basic workflow from the client side, you have to install the git bash. Okay. So still here it was the server side. Follow the installation document. I sent you the installation document even for you guys. Okay. And this is from the Git client side. Okay. We install Git bash in our local machine. That can be your Windows. Client can be Windows or Mac or Linux, whatever. Okay. Right now as a client I'm using the Windows. Typically every developer uses, most of the time they use the Windows. So I use the Windows machine and I've installed the Git bash. Okay. So Git bash I took from the Git SCM site. Git SCM. Okay. So this was a site where I shown you how to download. It's pretty simple. Small exe file will be there. Just click on this 264 version will be downloaded and install it. Okay, installation is pretty simple. Just do the next thing. And once you do that, right, you can see Git bash, an icon will be opening in your machine. Just click on that, and this is how the terminal kind of window will be open. And this is what your client is. Just like SVN, how we use the command prompt as a client. for Git, we can use this Git bash as a client. Okay, you might be thinking, can't we use the command prompt as a client? Yes, you can use even the command prompt. Okay, you can open a command prompt and you can say Git version. It works. Okay, Git hyphen hyphen version. It's up to you which one you want to use it. Mostly I prefer the Git bash. Okay, the reason it is why I prefer the Git bash is Git bash is something like a Linux terminal. All my Linux commands works. Can you see ls command is working? ls minus l and all. Okay, so this is how it works. Now let's go to the directory. Okay, cd g and go to git practice September online. Okay, so if you remember the last session, I showed you how to clone the things as well. I think Prem is there. Yeah. Okay, let him continue. Hi Prem, good morning. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, sorry, I thought it's for at 7:30 your time.
Yeah, I mean, we just started actually. I waited for almost 20 minutes. Okay, it's been just a couple of.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
No issues, man. Thanks for joining. Okay. So, I've gone through the very basic workflow in the last week, okay, where from a Git bash point of view, how do you clone your repository, okay, and how do you push your changes to the repository. It's a very basic, okay. If I have a server, some repository, right, how do you do the things, okay. And if you look at the commands, right, so to clone it, okay, this was the command which you used in the last session. And after doing that, I got the repository cloned in my local machine and go into the repository, okay.
Sorry, did you start recording?
Yes, I started already recording.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, thanks. So once you go into the repository, right, okay, you can perform all Git commands, okay. The most popular command is a Git status, like svn status. If you want to see your status of your local repository, okay, if you remember the architecture of the Git, okay, how it works, I showed you one diagram even, okay, in the last session. Let me try to open the diagram to recap the things. Online September Git architecture. So this was a remote repository. This is nothing but your Git Blitz server, okay, and this is a local machine. You cloned it, okay, and you have a local repository, okay, and you will be having even a workspace. So your workspace, local repository, both are in the same location. Nothing but, see in Git Bash, whatever you see in the right now location, right, in the repo, this itself is a repository. This itself is a workspace. Only thing is the operations will differentiate what is the workspace, what is the local repository, what is the remote repository, okay. And I showed you stage by stage changes, okay, how different stages the things are, like, the workflow is defined, okay. And, yeah. So let me try to recap the same stage by stage how it is working. Let me put the things one more time in a diagram. So once you clone the repository, right, okay, so first time
I'll be back in 10 minutes.
yeah, sure, no issues. So when you add any file, okay, suppose I added hello world.txt, okay, when you add a new file in your workspace, okay, so this is going to be an unknown file, okay, unknown, or you can call it the untracked file, okay. So right now you go here and try to touch a file, okay, hi txt, okay. Look at this, and this file, if you look at the git status command, and this is a hi.txt is the unknown file. You can see one more file called a even, okay. I think last week we created one more file called a, okay. These two files are the untracked. Can you see untracked files, okay. Whatever is created within your local workspace or repository, local repository, those called the unknown untracked files, okay. Now how these unknown untracked files are pushed to the your local repository, okay. So you cannot directly push the things into your local repository first, okay. You have to, like, perform an operation called git add, okay. If you perform git add operation, then these files will become tracked, okay, tracked files, right. So this is the second stage. So let's try to perform git add. What do you mean by dot is add all the files. Now you run the git status command. Can you see both files are added, okay, higher, and they are in the green color. Nothing but the changes are part of your workspace right now, okay. Or you can call it a tracked, or you can call this as a staged files, okay. There is one more name is there, staged. Okay, you can call it the tracked or staged. Now, once this is done, so we are still not in the, what do you call, if you look at this diagram, right, we are still working at the repository here. Okay, we are working at a, sorry, local workspace, not in the local repository. Now, the next thing is, once you added the files, okay, now this time you have to, like, commit the files to your local repository. Okay, so this operation is going to be git commit. Okay, so with the git commit you can push things into your local repository. So this is what your local repository, and here it is a workspace actually. Okay, so this is what the workspace, right? Now these files are now, like, part of your local repository. So this is not something like, what do you call, staged. Okay, it's a kind of a track down in the local repository. So these are all things happening in your, what do you call, local machine. So if I try to draw this diagram, these are all your machine. Okay, your client computer, client machine, nothing but a developer machine. Okay, so the thing is, once everything is done, okay, and if you look at this diagram, see, this is what your developer machine, right? Now once everything is done, I wanted to send these changes to my remote repository. Okay, so for that, okay, to send the things into the remote repository, so assume this is what your remote repository, which is there in the some server. Okay, so these things I will be pushing it to remote repository with the help. Can I come again?
Hello?
Yeah, any issues?
Hello, sir?
Yes, any issues?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, we are getting disturbance.
Yeah, now it's fine. Okay.
It's fine now? Hello? Guys, can you hear me? All of you. Ashish, Prem. Guys, can you hear me? Hello? I can't hear you guys. I just need the confirmation whether you could hear me or not.
Hello?
Yeah. Is it Ashish?
Yeah, Ashish. Yeah,
Yeah.
now we can hear you, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Thanks.
Actually, a lot of disturbance came suddenly.
1 second. Let me switch off. Okay, guys, how about now? Is it fine?
Yeah, now okay, sir.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I was trying to explain you, like, how we work with the Git basic workflow, and I'm done with the, like, the client machine related all the activities. Now these changes I want to send it to my server. Okay, so you will be sending all these changes to server with the help of a command called git push. Okay, so what exactly git push will do? What are all the changes happen in your local repository, right? Okay, this, like, a couple of changes. So then there will be n number of changes. Okay, this is one more change, one more change. Okay, one more change. So these are multiple changes. What do you mean by changes? Multiple commits. Okay, see, this guy can commit n number of times, okay, to the local repository. He made three commits on your local repository. When I say git push, right, all these three commits will push to your server. Okay, so like this. So that three commits are pushed. Okay, so this is how the git basic workflow works. These are all on the client machine, and this is what your remote repository. Okay, right? So with the diagrammatically, this is what the entire stage by stage workflow. Now let's see the same thing in your machine, how it works. Okay, I already shown you how to add the files to your workspace. So till here we are done. Git add. Right? Let's say git commit. Okay, now git commit will push the changes, okay, to the local repository. Now whenever you're putting the things into your local repository, you have to give a message actually. This is called commit message. Say, like, added hi.txt and a file to a file. That's it. Okay, you just say this, and look at this. These files are committed to your local repository. Now these are at the local repository state. Okay, so once these are local repository state, you check it out your server. Okay, you don't find those files here actually, and you look at the git tree. Okay, you don't have high and a files here because they are still in the local repository. Now I'll make use of a command called git push. Okay, so this will push the files to the server. Okay, so to push the files to the server, you have to authenticate to your server. If you remember last week, we created a password called Harry. So I given the password Harry. Okay, now it's pushed successfully. Okay, now once it's pushed successfully, I can see the changes in my remote repository. Just try to refresh it here, and can you see hi.txt in a file? So this is how I can perform the basic workflow. Okay, and this workflow we already seen in the last week. I just showed you one more time to recap the things. Okay, can you see add, commit, and push? Okay, so push to remote repo, right? So git status command, you know. So now you try to run the git status command. You don't find any changes here because your local repository and workspace are in sync. No changes here. Okay, and there's one more good command is there git log. Okay, git log is a command which will help you to see the entire history of your local repository comments. Can you see you just made October 3rd today, you made some changes now. Okay, so these are the this is the revision number of it, revision number in the SVN, and we call it the Shavansam here. Okay, and this is the alphanumeric number, and you can see the date and the author, also like the comment message. And last week we have seen couple of comments. Can you see this? Two comments. Okay, and this is the comment which is made by admin when you created the report. So you can see the entire history with the help of the git log. Okay, now similarly there are few more commands are there. Okay, now I'll walk you through in the today's session. Okay, so git session 2 where what all the commands will see. Okay, now I have a document for this, actually all these commands now using git add status and all. So git log. Okay, log itself is having multiple set of commands, guys. Okay, so let me go through this all these commands. Git log, you know it anyway. What do you mean by git log one line is? This log command will give you in one line. Can you see all these 4 logs in one line? Okay, so 6 digits Shavansan and the message. So if somebody wants to see the log in a shorter format, you can see this. Okay, if you remember log, that should be fine, guys. These are all something like kind of informative. Okay, options of log. Now I want to see one particular file log, git log. I want to see hello world.txt log. Okay, can you see hello world.txt has been updated in two revision. Okay, so this one and this one. So you can get a particular file log even. And yeah, author J. So nothing but if you wanted to see a particular developer log. Okay, there are multiple developers are working right in a project. So I want to see Harry's log because there is no J here. Harry. Okay, can you see there are 3 commits from Harry? Okay, so right now only Harry is there, only Harry commits are there. See, if you look at the git log, there will be 4 commits, which is a run by admin. But right now we are getting only the Harry. Okay, if you want admin logs, right, control and you say admin, there will be only one commit from admin, which is the initial commit. Okay, yeah. Now git short log. This is another log. Okay, just shows you how many commits done by individual user. Admin 1 and Harry 3 and what are those. That's it. Okay. So log has many options. You just go to the document. Self-explanatory. Hey Ranjit. Okay, I just kept him mute. Yeah, so that's about the log and push command even. Okay, what do you mean by git remote -v? You just try to run this command, then you will be knowing. See, git remote -v is a command which will tell you where exactly you clone this repository from. Okay, and look at this. This repository was cloned. The local repository was cloned from this URL. So you can get this data with the help of -v, remote -v. Nothing more. What is your remote repository? And yeah, now I told you Git is a distributed version control system. You look at this diagram. Okay, see if you have one workspace here, okay, one local repository. These changes, if you are offline to your remote repository, your friend is asking for changes, you can push it to this local repository, other remote repository. I mean to say your friend's another repository. So how do you do that? Okay, so you can do that by changing your origin. See, default origin is from where you cloned it. Okay, now I wanted to point it to my friends, what do you call it, who's like one of my friend is there, he's having another repository and he wants my changes. Okay, so what I can do, I can add okay, and another origin. See, this is not my default origin, okay. Now I can add another origin with the help of git add origin, okay, git remote add, guys, okay, git remote add, okay, and you provide your friends access. See, this is what, like, the repository. See, even your friend will be having one URL to, like, to copy the things. I mean, to maintain your git, his git, right? It's this local repository. So take this URL, just like, how you have a remote repository, he will be having his own. So my friend origin, okay, my friend repo. You can give any name to it. Okay, you have to give some name. Now look at this, it is added. If you want to see whether it's really added, you run the same git remote -v. You can see multiple things. Can you see your friend repo now added here? Okay, default is origin, and you can add multiple people. Nothing but, as it is a distributed system, you can add multiple people. This is one guy you added, apart from, like, your remote repository. You can add multiple guys and you can push to them. So when I say git push, okay, when I say git push, its default goes to origin. Instead, I want to send these changes to my friend's repository. Then you have to provide your friend origin name like this. Okay, if you do this right, the changes will be pushed to your friend's repository, not to the default origin. That's what the remote -v, the command, which will show you the remote repositories which are added in your local repository, and how do you push to other repositories other than the default. Default is the origin, okay, and if you want to push to other repositories, what are the name you given, right? So with that name, you can push it to the other repositories, right? I'm not doing it anywhere right now, but you can try it out if you want, okay? This repository is not working right now, okay? That's the reason I'm not committing it. But this is how we add it. Next. Yeah, so from the, what do you call, from the commands point of view, there won't be much commands. These commands are sufficient enough to, like, work on them, okay. So how to commit, how to add, and how to push it, that's it, okay. So the next thing is, if you remember in SVN session, we'll be comparing everything with SVN. So once we are done with the set of basic commands, right, I've gone through with the branching stuff, okay. So branching strategy. So how do you do the branching here, okay? If you compare it in the SVN session, right, so we have a command called, like, we first set up the initial directory structure, okay. So initially, like, we set up directory structure, okay. So what is the directory structure in SVN? So you will be having one SVN main folder, and you set up the trunk, and you set up the branches, okay, and you set up the tags. So this was the structure which you prepared in the SVN, okay. Now when it comes to the git repo, so this is your repo right now. So in this repo, right, we are pushing everything directly into the repository. But actually, like, in Git, the repository structure, I mean, the directory structure is already made, okay. When you created the repository itself, right, it came up with a proper structure, okay. What exactly the structure is? The main branch, okay, is called master. This is like a trunk in the Git, okay, and it has one more thing that's called branches, okay. So inside the branches, there won't be any branches. Now your job is to, like, create the branches, and it has the tags. Okay, so these three things are already there in your repository. You know to create any directories and all. Okay, so these are default. If you look at your Git bash clearly, right? Okay, so to show you where exactly you are there, can you see you are already in the master? So the branch name will show you on your console itself. You are in the master, so nothing much. Default, when you clone your repository, you will be landing in the master branch. Okay, master branch is something like your base branch where you'll be working on it. Now, I don't want to work on the master branch because I have some parallel releases are going on. So I wanted to give a dedicated branch to my developers to work on it. So for that, you have to create a branch and give that branch to your developers so that they can work on it. So how to create a branch? Okay, so to create a branch, it's quite a simple command. Okay, so git branch, okay, and a branch name, like, R1, something like this. It's very simple. Now in SVN, right, the branch command is like, SVN copy source and destination URLs. There is no URL funda here because entire repository in your local, so you can create the branch directly, okay, with the help of this command. And what do you mean with this command is the source is going to be your master, guys, because wherever you run this command, you take this command and put it here in the git branch, right, like git branch R1. So what do you mean by this? See, you are trying to create R1 branch from master. Okay, so source is your wherever you are there, the branch, okay, and destination is you are giving the name of the branch. That's it. Now you write enter. Your branch is created, guys. Okay, you might be thinking, how do you know whether my branch is created or not? Okay, so try to run a command called just git branch without any input. This will show you how many branches are there, your master and R1. Can you see R1 created now? Okay, so R1 created, but you are not there in R1. You are still in the master. Now I want to switch it to R1 and work something over there. Okay, so to switch to R1, right? There is a nice good command was there, which is going to be get checkout. Okay, R1. Okay, if you remember SVN checkout, right? So SVN checkout is from the server to your client. Okay, but git checkout is within your local repository. You can use the checkout command to switch between the branches. So git checkout R1, right? Can you see switch to branch R1? And if you really want to cross over, really switch to R1, can you see R1 here instead of master? Till now you're in the master, now it's become R1. Nothing but you are in now R1 branch. Okay, so R1 branch, it's a plain branch now. It contains the your master code only because you copied from master. Now let's try to make some changes over here. Touch R1.txt, some file I added. Okay, git status. So one file added. Now I want to add this file to my workspace and commit it. Okay, git commit -n added r1.txt. Okay, so yeah. Now let's see the log. Okay, can you see Harry added in r1.txt? This is what the commit which I made just now. Okay, on which branch? R1, right? Now git checkout to master. Can you please switch it to master now? Now I switch to master now. Okay, now you run the git log. You don't see that r1.txt change because that commit happened in the R1 branch. So this is how you can differentiate between the different branches, right? Now I created one branch called r1.txt and the changes are going on over there. Okay, so let me save this file so that I can open one more. Okay, now treat this is your master branch. This line is your master branch. Okay, and there are a couple of comments over there. So assume these are all your comments. Okay, now what you did exactly, you cut a branch. Okay, from your master, and this I'm calling it as a this was a master. Okay, and when you cut this you called as a R1 branch. Okay, and in R1 branch you made one commit here, right? I'm just putting the things in diagrammatical way so that you can easily understand. Okay, fine. Now let me make one more commit over here in the R1. Okay, so let's try to commit one more thing. So to commit one more change there, you have to switch it to the R1. Switch to R1. Okay, and echo hello into the R1.txt. I'm making some changes. Git add, git commit, added some changes to r1.txt. Okay, now git push. Sorry, I'm not pushing it, guys. Just commit it. That's it. Okay, so I made one more commit. Now my changes are everything is in the local repository, guys. Okay, nothing but all are in my local. If you look at the previous diagram, but everything is in the local repository. Now I want to push this branch to my remote repository. If you look at my remote repository, I have only master here, guys. Okay, when you look at the commits and all, and everything is in the master branch. Okay, so now I want to push the changes to my remote repository. So how do I push my branch changes to remote repository? This branch is local branch right now. Okay, and you look at the git branch, right? Git branch will give you the local branch. There is one more option called -r. Git branch -r nothing but remote branches. In remotely you have only master branch. Head is the default branch, guys. You can ignore that, but you have only master branch. In remote you don't have the R1. Okay, so git branch will give you only local branch. Now I want to push my branch to remote. Okay, remote nothing but the server. Okay, here to the remote repository. So make use of this command. Git push origin R1. This is what the command to push your local branch to remote repository. Enter. And can you see it is asking for password? Same. Harry. You cannot push it because remote rejected the branch creation. Creation prohibited. What do you mean by this is the developer don't have an access to push a branch to remote repository. Okay, I know the reason why it is not allowing it. So log in as an admin and you check what kind of access the Harry is having and go to access permissions. If you look at, he is having only RW permission, which is read write. He don't have a creation permission, branch creation. So for that, you choose RWC, see nothing but create branches permission even. Now save it, right? So now you try to push Harry. That's it. Successfully push a new branch to your remote repository. If you really cross check whether it really push to remote repository or not, try to run a command called git remote -r. Can you, sorry, it's a git branch race, not git branch -r. Can you see R1 in the remote repository now? Okay, when I say git branch, so R1 is in your local, R1 is there in the remote event. So this is how we push. And there is one more way to identify from graphical user interface. Okay, go to the repositories. Okay, click on the repo. And can you see now R1 branch here and master branch, and R1 branch you can click on it and you can see the changes. Okay, R1.txt and all. So this is how you can see the remote the local branches in the remote repository by pushing with the help of the git push origin command. Okay, now I have successfully made some commits in my local repository. Where's my diagram? Okay, now I'm done with all these changes. Okay, so let's see any other commands are there for the git branch. So I show you git branch and git branch -r. A is nothing but all branches, guys. Git branch are local and remote branches. So suppose you want to see git branch -a. This is nothing but your local and remote. Git -r only remote. Without option only local. ls remote is nothing, guys. It will give you even the tags also. Okay. Copy this. Paste it. This will give you, including the remote branches, it will give you the tags. Right now there are no tags. I didn't explain you the tags. Once you create the tags, you can run the command and you can see tags even. So git ls -remote horizon, nothing but it will give you entire remote repository, all the branches, master, tags, everything it will show you. That's it. Including the SHA-1 revision number. Okay. And yeah, let's proceed further. And this is how you in my example side I given release 1, you can give any branch name. Okay, and you can switch it with the help of git checkout. And there is one more way to create a branch. Okay, so the other way is git. So right now go to your master branch, switch it to your master. Now I want to create one more branch from here. Okay, so look at this, from the where I stopped it, right? I want to create one more branch. Okay, this is going to be my R2. So how do I create R2? Same thing, you can make use of the git branch command, git branch R2. But the thing is, with the help of this, right, you have to again run a command called git checkout to switch it. Instead, I don't run that. I will do one thing, git checkout -b R2. What do you mean by this is, create a branch called R2 and switch it also. Can you see? It switched to R2 and a branch created and it switched as well. Okay. Sorry, it's already there in the R2. Now let's make some changes. Okay, so touch R2.txt echo hello.txt. Okay, and say R2.txt. Okay, now git commit. Okay, first you need to add it and then push it and then commit the changes to local repository. Add R2.txt. Right, now once you are done with the changes, how do you push them? Git push origin R2, just like how you push the R1 command. Okay, now Harry. Now you could able to successfully push it. Right, now here you can see git remote -r, 2 branches now. Sorry, not remote, guys, branch. I was always getting this -r, which will give you R1, R2 in the remote repository. So you have successfully pushed 2 branches to your remote repository. Right, now suddenly what happened, like, my lead said, I made one commit here, right? He said, like, we don't want the R2 branch, it's not required for us. Okay, you can delete it. Okay, so if you want to delete it, right, you can delete it without any issues, but make sure always merge your changes to your master first, then you delete it. But the thing is, in this case, my manager says R2 changes are not required, you can forcefully delete it. Okay, if you want to delete your branch, okay, how do I delete it? Right, So you can never delete a branch by sitting in the branch. Now I'm in the R2, right? I want to delete R2. You cannot delete R2 by switching into R2 itself. So you have to come out. Come out to your master. Okay. Git checkout. Now I'm in the master. I want to delete my branch. Okay. Git branch -d R2. So look at this. It is throwing an error. The branch R2 is not fully merged. What do you mean by this is the changes here which you made are not merged to your master copy. Okay. So are you really sure you want to delete it? Okay. So if you want to forcefully delete it, right? So instead of -d, if you have merged, right, -d would have deleted it. Okay. If you didn't merge, right, so you have to make use of -D. The error itself is clearly given. Can you see this? If you make use of -D, that is nothing but forcefully delete the branch, okay, even without merging your changes to your master copy. Okay. Now look at this. This is deleted, the branch. If you want, you can cross check git branch. Can you see the branch is no more here? But where did you delete the branch? In your local repository, not in the remote repository. So you look at your git branch -r. Can you see the R2 is still there in the remote repository? Now you might be thinking, how do I delete same thing in the remote repository? It's the same thing, right? Git push origin, okay, and R2, but only the difference between when you create it and when you deleting it, right? You have to put a colon here, okay? Colon represents this has been deleted. Harry. Okay, guys. Now you look at this. You are prohibited to delete the branch. The reason it is you don't have a deletion access. You have a commit access, read access, creation access, but you don't have a branch deletion access. So again, go with an admin and provide him access to delete the branches. Okay. So go to the Harry user and edit his permissions. Okay. Can you see RWCD? The fourth one, I mean, this is nothing but even I'm providing delete access to. Save these changes, come back and push this. Harry. That's it. It's deleted now. And if you really want to cross check whether it's deleted or not, you try to run -r command. Can you see no more R2? Earlier R2 was there. So it was successfully deleted in the remote repository. Now I showed you how to create a branch, okay? How to commit the changes, how to push it, and how do you delete the branch. Okay, all these commands are there in this document, so I'm not writing over there, so you can see them one by one. Okay, how do you create a branch directly without doing the git branch and checkout and all. Okay, and that's one. And how do you delete it? -d is the option for the regular delete. Okay, if you want to force delete, it will be D. Okay, and how do you push? This is how do you push it. Now sometimes people may ask you, could you please rename the branch? Okay, so how do you rename it? It's pretty simple, guys. Git branch -m is an option to rename it. Assume I want to rename my R1 branch. Okay, so git branch, okay, -m R1 with R1 release 1. I'm making R1 release 1, guys. Okay, what happened? It's a branch, not branch. Okay, spelling mistake. Not successfully renamed. If you want, you can cross check it. Okay, right? So the rename happened in the local, not in the server. Okay, now you make these changes. Release 1. Harry. That's it. Okay, now git branch. You have release 1 here. Git branch -r. Can you see a one more branch there? Okay, see when you rename it, right, the remote repository will not delete the branch. It treats like a new branch completely. Okay, it will not treat like a kind of renaming in the server. Okay, so the branch will be lying over there in the remote repository as it is. Okay, if you really want to delete that, right, you check out your R1, okay, and you delete it and push it. So that's how it works here. Yeah, this is how you push it. Okay, pushing also we have seen. Do you really want to see the differences between two branches? Okay, I can see that. Git diff. Okay, I want to see the diff between master and release 1. Can you see some changes? Okay, r1.txt is a file which and this is called a unified diff. And I showed you same kind of diff even in the SVN, where on the console, right, it's something like a unified diff. Okay, it is tough to understand the unified diff because this is in a format of all minus minus plus plus. This is a kind of a what do you call system understandable format. Instead of this, there are some tools like Tortoise SV and Tortoise Git and all. Using this, you can see a nice diff and all. I'll show you that with the help of Tata is git guide. Okay, right now you just see like there is some diff is there with the help of the git command. Okay, there is a command called git diff is also, right? So that's about the branching, how to create a branch, how to push it, and how to commit, how to push, how to delete. That's it. Okay, and it comes to strategy point of view, right? So once the merging comes to the picture, right, I'll show you how do you merge these changes back to the your branches. Okay, so let's complete the tags even, then I'll talk about the merging concept. Okay, so tags, just like in SVN. In SVN, right, tags is a data which you created where you kept the read-only things. Okay, read-only things nothing, but tags are there for like capture the milestones of your releases. Okay, so example, I'm done with one release. Okay, suppose you started a release and you finished one R1 release. Okay, then you again started one more release and you finished that R2. Okay, then you again started one more thing and you finished with R3. So whenever you're completing it, right, somebody may ask you after 20 releases, could you please provide me the source code of your R1? Okay, so you might be surprised like how can I go back? You see git log and all, you capture the SHA and sum. Okay, and you get that code, and it's a painful task, just like SVN, going back to the old revision numbers and all. Okay, instead you can name a revision number with a tag. Okay, nothing but you can create a tag out of your particular revision, so that's called a tag. So you can give a proper names, R1 tag, something like this. Okay, so if you give a tag, right, this is equal to a particular revision number code base. So how to do that? So right now I'm in the master, right? Okay, so I want to tag the master. So look at this git tag. Okay, so something like my some name you need to give it, tag1.4, right? The tag is created, guys. If you want to see that, git tag hyphen list hyphen list. It's not hyphen list. Yeah. Hold on. Hyphen list. Yeah, sorry guys, git tag, when I say list, it is created one more tag, guys. Okay, list tag. It's not list tag, it should be hyphen. So when I say git tag hyphen list, it will show you the list of tags. You created one tag called my tag 1.0 and another tag called list. Okay, so this is how you can create the tag. And once you create a tag, okay, you can continue with the development, right? See, if you look at this diagram, right? So assume I'm in the master, right? So I created a tag over here now. Okay, so think like I'm there here. I just created a tag from here. Okay, so this is what my tag. My tag. Okay, and you might be thinking like what is the difference between a tag and a branch? Okay, in branches, right, you can do the commits like this, but in tag you cannot do any commits here. Okay, it's completely read only. It's just a snapshot of your particular revision number where you create it. Okay, see the tag not only in the master, you can create a tag or in a branch as well. Okay, so this is what one tag on my branch, R2 branch. Okay, I can name it as something like R2 tag. R2 tag, and you can proceed with your branch development again. Okay, like this, you can do multiple commits later. Okay, see, I can do multiple commits here. Okay, so R2 tag is what it's a tag, it's a read-only system. No, when I say R2 tag, that is nothing but this particular revision number, wherever my point is at. When I say like my tag, this is nothing but this particular revision number where I cut the tags, right? So if you look at your tag, okay, you can switch to tag even. See now, after 20 release, you gave this my tag 1.0 first release tag, right, to your developer. So he can get the code from my tag 1 like this. Git checkout, okay, just like a branch, okay, 1.0. Look at this, he checked out to the my tag 1.0. Can you see, just like a branch? Okay, and you can see the same code base how it was looking at that point of time when the tag is created. Okay, and if you try to make some changes and comment, it will not accept you guys. Okay, so it will treat it like a new commit and it adds to your master only. Okay, it will not take it to the tag. So that's nothing but tags are read only. Okay, master and branches are can be write, can do the development, but tag is only for the read only purpose. Okay, now I've created a couple of tags, but these tags are where exactly in your local machine. Okay, and right now the tag which you created, okay, so git show, if you say my tag 1.0, right, this will show you a tag information. See, this tag has been created from the so-and-so revision number. okay, and this was the Harry user that particular time, and I a hi.txt a.file, okay. It will show you some diff even, right? So this is a normal tag, but instead of this, right, you can create a named tag. What do you mean by name this? You can run the same tag command with one input called -m message, okay. So like this, get tag, okay, something like 2.0, my tag 2.2 -m named tag. This is for second release, right? Now I created another tag with 2.0. The difference between earlier tag and this tag, I'll show you that. Okay, my tag 2.0. Can you see the diff here? Okay, so when I say show my tag 2.0, it is showing the tag name and the author details as usual and the commit thing. Okay, and it's showing you some message called this is for second release. But if you look at the earlier tag, right, there's no such information. It just shows the revision number. That's it. This part is there. Okay, but if you look at this tag, right, this has a revision number, that code base, and also the tag name and who created the tag. Tagger, can you see tagger name? Harry, but do you see tagger name here? No way. Okay, it's just a tag, that's it. But with the help of this, you can get some sort of data about the tag here. Okay, so always do the name tag, which is good for you even like tomorrow if you want to see who created the tag and what is the tag for. Okay, so if you want to give some message to the tag, this is for second release, so you can understand this tag is only for so and so particular thing. Okay, so use the named tag instead of plain tag. Okay, so name tag, plain tag difference is nothing. You provide a message, that's it. Okay, a tag has been created. Then how do these tags are all there in your local machine, guys? Okay, if you look at your repository, okay, see you have the branches here, but you don't have any tags here. But I want to push this tag to remote repository so that then only I would confirmly say the tags are available in the server. Okay, otherwise there is no point in getting the tags in a local machine, right? So how do you push it? Same command, git push origin. Okay, so you want to push my tag 1.0 first, right? Harry, right? Push it now and you cross check it here. Ref. Can you see tags here? My tag 1.0. Similarly, you can push other tag even. Okay, 2.0. Harry, right? So just refresh it. Now can you see 2.2 other tag, right? So you can push all the tags. Now I have a requirement. I don't want one tag to be there. I want to delete it. Okay. How do I delete a tag? Okay. So there is a command available even for deleting a tag. Git tag -d, guys. Okay, just like a branch commands only. There is not much difference. Git tag -d. I don't want my tag 1.2. Right? It's deleted the tag, but the thing is, it is deleted from your local machine. It is not deleted from the server. So to delete from the server, my tag 1.0, just call Harry. That's it. Deleted from here even. Okay. You see my tag 1.0, right? Try to refresh. It's gone away from here, right? So this is all about the tagging, guys. Okay. So you create, push, okay, and you can delete, right? To check the difference between staging area and the git, okay, so it's diff command only, guys. Okay, so better you don't go with this diff because we'll see the tortoise diff because that was a good diff. You can see a nice UI and all. This diff is really tough to understand. Okay, so you can ignore this command, but there is a command available, git diff. Okay, so what do you mean by blame is? Okay, blame is something like it will show you the data about a file. Okay, the author details. Okay, git blame hello world. Okay, hello world.txt. Look at this. It will show you it for this particular file. Who modified it? Harry modified. So on the revision, he added data called hi.txt. Okay. So similarly, you try to check out to some other directory. Check out release one and git blame r1.txt. Can you see hello has been added by the Harry? Okay. Now let me try to add some more data. Echo hi r1.txt git add git commit another change. Okay. Now git blame r1.txt. Can you see? So it's not only Harry actually. Whosoever the developer modifies the file, you can see that particular file entire history with the changes even. Now I added hi right just now, okay? And who added Harry? So this is how it works with the blame command. It's blame nothing else. It will give you the history of a particular file with the revision number and the developer details and the change has been done. Okay. Fine. So what do you mean by stash? Okay. So before stashing, right, I'll try to complete the merging first, okay? Then I'll come back to the stash again. There should be a merging one, yeah, merging over here, okay? So see, learning Git is all about learning command, nothing else, okay? If you've gone through once all this stuff, right, that's it. You're pretty much good with the Git side, okay? So how do I merge the things? So I showed you the branching, right, branching and tagging. Now assume, see if you look at the release one itself, okay, we are done couple of comments here and we are done with the development and we wanted to merge the changes back to the repository, okay. So let me try to erase few things. I'm just erasing this. Right, I'm done with the changes. I wanted to merge these changes back to master like this, okay. So I want to merge those changes back to the master, okay. So how do you merge these changes, right? So for that you have to make use of, like, just like svn merge. You remember svn merge? We did something called, like, in svn merge, we need to find first source and we need to find then extension. Same thing here, okay. Now what do you want to merge? Source is r1 and destination is going to be your master, right? So when you're merging it, right, always be there in the destination, right? So what is destination here? Master. So switch it to master, right? Then here run a command called git merge and source r1. That's it. Same command like svn. There's not much difference. Only thing is we're not using any URLs and all because everything is there in a local, right?
Hey Chanji, can we merge just a particular file instead of the whole repository?
Just a particular file we cannot do that, okay. We can do only the chain sets, which is the revision numbers, okay. Merging a file is not sufficient because suppose if a chain set is having only one file, right, okay, then you can call it as a one file merge. But a chain set may contain one file, multiple files, okay, and multiple directories. Merging a file with a git is difficult, okay. When it's merging can be done only with the commits, that's it, okay. Can you come again? Hello? Can you hear me?
Okay, alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. So I'm trying to merge a branch now. So when I'm saying a branch, right, so you can push, I mean, these are all the changes will be part of master now after the doing the merge, okay. Let's try to merge now. So to merge it, right, at the basic funda, I should be there in the destination first, which is going to be my master, okay. So let's try to check out master. Let's check out master. Right, I'm in a master. Now see the log, guys. First master log, you have, like, October 3rd only one change, add hi.txt. You don't have anything else here. Now git watch release 1 my branch, okay, right. I think it's more successfully. Git log, can you see you got the changes now, r1.txt, and added some changes to r1.txt, another change. So these three commits are from r1. They have successfully merged to your master, right? So this is how we are successfully merged, and that's it. Git status, no issues, okay. So origin master by 3, your branch is ahead of 3 commits, okay. You just start. So now once the merge is done, right, the merge happened where in your local, so you just push it. What happened? Okay, it's asking for password, Harry, right? It's pushed now. All changes are merged back to your master, okay. Now in the server also the changes were there and you can see those changes here in the server, okay. And go to your master copy, right? Where is my master copy? So summary, yeah, master copy having all the changes. Can you see in a master, right? Earlier I don't have these changes. The changes are from the only r1, okay. Now I got all these changes into my master, okay. So this is how you merge, simple thing. Now I'll try to show an example, okay, with a conflict and how do we resolve the conflict. Okay, that's important because we don't merge the thing. We don't, our merge is on always this kind of like an auto merge. Sometimes we may find some conflicts even. Okay, now to show you some conflicts, right? So what I can do, I'll try to create one more branch now. Okay, so look at the diagram here so that you can understand. So we are here now. Okay, so master is here. Now assume I'm creating. Let's create like one more branch. So I just create one more branch. Come on. This branch. Let me name it as like art. Okay. So let's make some commits. Git checkout -b R2. I think we already have R2 there in the remote repository, guys. Let's make some other branch called R3. Okay, unless it will give you confusion. So it's R3, guys, not R2. Okay, R3. Right. So I'm in R3 now. Let's make some changes. Okay. So touch R3.txt. Okay, and echo hello R3.txt. Now git add and git commit -n added R3.txt in R3 branch. Some commit I made. Let me make one more commit. Okay, echo. Okay, first let's see one file called cat hi.txt. I'm having hi.txt here. Okay, it's an empty file, guys. Okay, echo hi some changes from R3 branch. Okay, and I'm putting into the hi.txt, right? So this is going to be another commit. Git commit -n. Okay, some changes made to hi.txt in R3 branch. Okay, right? So two commits are made, guys, right? So let's try to push these changes. Git push origin R3. Spelling mistake, origin R3. Hi. Right? I'm done with the changes. Now let's switch it to master now. Okay. So masks will not keep ideal, right? Okay. So I made two commits here. And master is also not free. Master is doing something. Okay. Somebody is doing modifications. And in master, somebody made some commits like, one commit they made. Okay. Let's try to make one commit here. Come on. Okay, they made one commit here. Let's make that commit. Echo. 1 second, folks. Sorry, guys. So let's make some changes here. Hi, these are from master. Okay, changes something. Okay, it's the same hi.txt. I'm trying to give a conflict, guys, because hi.txt in the master right now it changed. Same hi.txt changed in the even R3 branch. Okay, so now hi.txt is there here in this branch, and hi.txt is there in this branch, and he made some comment and he made some comment. Okay, now git add git commit -n some changes in hi.txt from master branch. Okay, right, some message again. Now I pushed it. Harry, right? So this is what the situation now. So now R3 says I'm done with my changes. It's time for merge back to master, like here. Okay, when I merge back to master, so now here the source and destination is source is R3, destination is of course going to be a master. So let's try to check out the master. Now I'm already there in the master. Try to run a command called git merge R3. Okay, so this time we'll see how the merge goes. Can you see there is a conflict now? Okay, the file will be hi.txt. Okay, so this is called a conflict situation where a same file from both the branches, same line has been updated. Okay, now your Git is not that intelligent enough to resolve this. So it's your responsibility to resolve these kind of conflicts and place the right file. Okay, so how do you resolve this conflict? So to resolve the conflict, right, we can make use of a command called git merge tool. Okay, like git merge in the what do you call? Sorry, in SVN, right, we have used the tortoise merge, right? Similarly, even in the Git also, we can make use of some tool, okay? See, there are many merge tools are there for Git, okay? There are something like, P4 merge and three-way merge, okay? And tortoise merge is the easier merge, which I always use it. So you can go for any merge, guys. So in my machine, right, I have installed the tortoise SVN, okay? Sorry, tortoise Git, guys. Okay. Tortoise Git. So just you guys also try to download this tortoise Git, okay, and just download this and install it. Once you install everything, right, so you go to the program files and can you see tortoise Git here? So you go to the bin, you can find one file called git tortoise merge, something like, or git merge, tortoise git merge. Can you see tortoise git merge? So this is the utility I'm going to use to make my merges. Okay, so how do you automatically run this file? Okay, to run this file, right, you have to do something like, in your home location, in your home, nothing but this location, see users and your username, and you can make something like, there you can find a file called git config. Can you see git config? This will be automatically created by your git bash. Okay, so open this file. You have to enter these two things, diff merge tool, okay, dot merge, copy paste these lines. Okay, so I don't know whether I kept these lines in my this thing. Okay, so in my commands, right, so I made use of the command line merge, guys. Okay, so don't use this command line. Okay, it's already there here. Yeah, so merge, yeah, these things are already there. You just have to copy paste these things, guys, nothing else. Okay, once you copy paste it, right, try to run the git merge tool. Okay, git merge tool, enter, just enter. Now it is merging the things and it will ask you for something now. Okay, can you use a resolution tool called tortoise merge? See, hit nothing but enter to use the tortoise merge. Okay, so tortoise merge is this one, the name you gave it. Okay, instead of tortoise merge, you can use any merge tool, guys. I'm using tortoise merge right now. Okay, so just enter. This will automatically pop up a window. Right now, this is what the merge window where you will be defining, okay, which file you want to pick it up. Okay, so this is a remote, the left hand side there, can you see that this is from the remote, nothing but the server, I mean from the source where you're getting the changes. Okay, so when I say source, right, R3, guys. Okay, look at my document here. When I say source, right, so it's going to be the R3 and destination is this. So this will be theirs, okay, and this will be mine. Okay, so the left hand side is a theirs and this is going to be mine. Okay, now the bottom file is going to be the merged file. So what is going to be a final file after the merging? Okay, now there are four options are there. When you click on this question mark in the resolution file, right, so theirs, mine, mine before theirs, theirs before mine. What do you mean by this is, I don't want my changes. I don't want my local changes. I want my server changes. Then go for this. Okay. No. If you see this, right, can you see it resolved with the their changes? No. I don't want to go for this. Okay. I want to go for only for my changes. Okay. Then right click on mine only. So can you see your changes, master changes, this right hand file changes? No. I don't want my changes. I want, okay, their changes and my changes both. Okay. Look at this. My before theirs, nothing but first you will be having your changes, then theirs, nothing but look at this, your changes first and their changes next. No, I don't want this. I want my changes later, their changes first. Okay, can you see their changes first, something like the reverse, guys, first second or second first, that's it, nothing else. Okay, so this is how you merge. Now once you successfully merge this, right, okay, just close it and it'll ask you, do you really want to save it? Yes, of course I want to save it. Okay, so this is nothing but merge has been successfully completed. Now your job is to get status, the merge happened here. Okay, you just have to commit it, that's it. Okay, nothing else. Git commit -n. Okay, merged R3 to master, that's it. Okay, so whenever you make some changes, right, when you resolve some commit merge, right, then it will create a merge commit. Can you see the git log? So So this git log is merged R3 to master. This is what a merge commit. This is not any code commit. This is a merge commit. Okay, you merge something and you made a commit, right? So some changes in hi.txt from master, some changes in R3, and this is what you're merge in your master. Okay, so if you look at the diagram now, when you merge it, right, so it is creating one merge commit here, right? So this is how you merge with conflicts. I have shown you only one conflict, guys, but there can be a number of conflicts. Okay, right now I showed only hi.txt. There might be a number of files, so it depends. Okay, how many files are merging, right? So this is all about the merging. Pretty simple. Always go for the UI, guys. Okay, don't go for any command line merging and all. It's tough to understand when you have a more number of lines. Okay, only for a single line we have seen so much of things. There might be like hundreds of lines of code. So go for the user interface merge tools when it comes to merge window. Okay, so that's about the merging stuff. Okay, how do you merge and all? See, same merging can be done with the command line even. Okay, like merger, recursive, there's, release to. It's tough to understand. So I put the commands. If you want, I can try it out. But better, like I don't see anyone using commands to do the merging. They go for the UI only because it's the best way to merge it. Okay, you won't be messing up with your content. Okay, you will be getting the proper content. And it's kind of like it's a really crucial thing when you're doing the merging. Actually, don't play around with the files because even some dummy lines comes into your file that your build will be failing automatically. Okay, so this is all about the merging. Now let's go back to the topic which you skipped. Okay, which is stashing. Right, stashing is a topic which is an important one. Okay, so it is most useful for the developers. Okay, when they're working in a day-to-day activities. So what exactly is stashing? To explain the stashing, right, I have to go back to my staging workflow diagram. Where is my workflow diagram? Okay, so look at this, guys. What do you mean by stashing is, see, in a workspace, right, you would have made some changes and committed. Okay, I would say, okay, let me explain it in these words. Stash stores staged changes. What do you mean by this is, you have something like this second stage, right, staged. Okay, so if you made some file changes here, you didn't commit it, guys, you have some changes staged. Please listen, stage nothing but added change to your workspace. Okay, so if you wanted to take the backup of these changes, you don't want to commit them into your local repository. At the same time, you don't want to delete them. Okay, so if you have this kind of situation, right, so how do you handle them? So for that, you make use of a stash command. Using that, okay, you can remove your changes from your local workspace. Okay, and you can get it back whenever you want it. Now git status, do you have any changes here? No change. Okay, well, there is one file called or this file, you can remove this, guys. Okay, now git status, if you look at this, there are no changes here. Now I'm making few changes. Echo hello r3.txt. Now git status, some change I made it, right? Now git add, I'm making it to staging. Okay, nothing but I just stage it. Okay, I'm just bringing that into the stage, so which is this state. Okay, stage. Now git status stage. Right now what happened, my lead says don't commit your changes. Okay, your changes are not required anymore because somebody already committed. Now if that is the case, right, oh okay, I am not supposed to commit it, then how do I remove these changes from here? Because I want to work on something else. So to remove the changes, reverting is really tough here. Okay, instead what you can do, you can run a command called git stash. Okay, and enter. Now the changes are gone now. Okay, look at this, stashing. That's it. Now you run git status, and your status is clean. No modified r3.txt, and you can see r3.txt, no change. See, guys, this hello is from the previous one. Okay, not from this. Okay, now that's it. There are no changes. So this is how you can stash. And your manager says again, okay, you can do the changes again. Okay, so nothing but you can apply the changes again, the stash changes. So git stash, if you want to see the list of stashes which you made it. Okay, git stash list. So this will show you how many stashes you made. Can you see you made only one stash, guys? Okay, tomorrow what happened, you made some more changes. Echo I some changes from master in another file. Okay, hi.txt and git add, and you are in stage now. No, I don't want even this changes. You start it. Okay, when you made some changes, if you don't want to commit it, you can stash it, and you see the list, right? Okay, you have one more stash thing here, right? One more. So you can stash n number of things or what you modified. You might be thinking, why somebody will make the changes and stash it? See, I'm not denying your question. The thing is, sometimes, okay, you made so much of code changes, and when you are trying to commit, somebody says like, don't commit. Somebody already made the changes. So if you get that kind of situation, reverting manually is a painful job. So that's the reason we go for the stashing. Now, stashing is not only about like moving the things to from your workspace. It has another advantage. Now that guy says again after 5 minutes, oh no, you can go ahead with your changes. So once you lost your changes, how do you get it back? See, if you reverted the changes, right, getting back them manually is again like you have to write the same code one more time. Okay, so but when it comes to stashing world, right, so it's pretty easy to like bring the changes as it is, how you wiped out from your workspace. Okay, so look at this. There is a command called git stash apply. Okay, and you need to apply the stash. Can you see the numbers there at the rate 0? Okay, so this command will apply your changes, right? So just run it. Now this is applying your changes. Can you see your hide.txt back? Okay, we just now moved to stash, right? Now it was back now. Okay, so and I wanted to get my other change as well. Okay, so one, I'll get my r3.txt now. Can you see r3.txt? So this is the benefit of
Are
stash.
there only?
Come again?
Hey, Chiranjeevi.
Yeah.
If there are like so many multiple stashes, how would we know the file name? Won't we get the file name in the display?
No. When you come to stash, right? Okay, so you will see the message actually. Okay, something like can you see this merged what are R32 master merged R32 master? What do you mean with which commit you are stashing it? Where exactly you are stashing?
Okay.
Okay, so with that you should be able to guess it what exactly happened, right? Yeah. So now I got these changes, and if you see the git stash list, okay, still the stashes are there. Okay. Now you might be thinking, I'm making so many stashes and getting back. And if I see n number of stashes, there are 100 stashes. Okay. When it becomes n number of stashes, really tough for me to identify what are the latest stashes and all. Okay. So to avoid that, right, whenever you apply a stash, you can delete your stash. Okay. Now I want to delete my stash. Git stash. I think some option there is, guys. I didn't remember exactly the option. Drop actually. Okay, yeah, git stash drop, and you can run a command called 0. Stop now. Right now you run the list again. See, when you run a list, right, it goes top. It is something like first come first. You see 0. Now the 0 become 1, guys. It will be always in the top. So when you have more number of stars, it will be 0 1 2 3 4. When you delete the top one, right, this one becomes 0. So you can run one more time stash 0. It will delete the other stash even. Right, now I deleted, and you see the list, no stash list, nothing. Okay, fine. So git status, so you have your changes back. Okay, now git add both the changes. Now you can go ahead with the commit, but right now what happened again, somebody says don't push it. Okay, don't commit. So I can run the same stash command. Now these two changes is going back to stash now together. Okay, as a single stash. I told you earlier one file stash, right? Now at a time multiple files you can stash it. Okay, so now git stash list. Okay, now you have one stash there, and you see git status, it is clean and green. Okay, git status, your workspace is clean. Now somebody says get your stash back again. I mean apply your change back. Okay, now you know one way, right? Git up stash apply. Okay, but with the help of the apply, right, you have to apply the stash and delete it. So two operations you need to make it. Instead, this time I will show you one nice command called git stash pop. Okay, so what do you mean by pop is automatically the top of the stash, which is stash of 0, will be applied. Okay, and also it will delete from the stash list. So two operations together, apply and delete. If you want, you can see, it's dropping even. It is applying and dropping. So pop is a nice command where it will apply the stash to you and deletes it. Okay, either you can go for this or earlier thing, apply and you manually delete it. Right, so these are all the stash related commands. Okay, you can stash your changes and you can apply and you can delete them, but all things are happening, you should know the workflow properly, then only you can understand stashing. These are all happening where in your stage section. Okay, after adding to workspace only, stashing, okay, not like in the local repository. Once you commit, you cannot do the stashing, remember, okay. So this is at the stage changes, right? So this is all about the stashing. Fine, so let's move on next. Okay, now I want to show you a few more commands, guys. Okay, so git clean -n. So now you need to come back to again this workflow, guys. Okay, that's the reason I will be explaining everyone workflow first. You should know where your in which state the files are there. Okay, so I have some files in the untracked system, untracked state, untracked nothing but I'll show you this. Okay, git status. Okay, now look at this. These are already tracked, guys. These are not untracked. Okay, you just add them and you just commit. Hyphen. I'm just making sure committing those changes. Okay, now it's my clean workspace. Now touch abc.txt, some new file I created. Okay, git status. Can you see this is an untracked file, right? Okay, now somebody may ask you, could you please stash the untracked file? You cannot stash untracked file. Remember, you can stash only a staged file. No, I really want to delete this file. I don't want this untracked file. So if you don't want this untracked file, you can make use of a command called git clean -f. That's it. Now git status, the file got deleted. Okay, so this is what removing the untracked files. Okay, so touch, so some file I touched it. Now one more file. Now if you want to remove this, you can make use of git clean -f. Instead, there is one more option there, guys. Instead of write n, yeah, n command will show you would remove. What do you mean by this? It's not removing it. It is something like a dry run. It will show you what all the files are going to be removed. Now if I'm creating one more file, ji.txt, and you run this one, can you see would remove IIO and ji.txt. Some two files is going to remove, but it's actually not deleting it. If you want, you can check the status. The files are still there in the workspace. So if you really want to delete it, right, instead of n, make use of f. F will delete it blindly. Okay, now status, it's got deleted. So that's about cleaning up your workspace from the untracked stage. Okay, reverting the changes. What do you mean by reverting this? Echo blah 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 and hello world.txt. Okay, cat hello world.txt. Can you see the hello world.txt having hi and this file? Now git status, and this wasn't modified, guys. Okay, now the thing is, I don't want these changes to be there in my file. I wanted to revert it. So you can make use of a command called same like a switching between branches, right? Git checkout and hello world. This will take you to the original file. Okay, now git status. Can you see it's become original, and you see the cat and hello world. There's no change which you made right now. So this is how you can revert. Okay, so you can revert entire your file to the original state how it was there. And remember, guys, you can revert only before commit, not after the commit. Okay, just like SVN. Once you commit it, reverting is something like making one more change, right?